Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, everyone's just coming in. Hello, everyone.
Hey Tiffany, what's going on?
Look, I want y'all to know I'm over here trying to get my charger situation together so that this doesn't so I don't drop off this call.
You
Gotta
don't need that
go
now,
for it.
boy. You got to get that together.
Hey,
We need that. We need that together now. Need our
Birdie.
fearless leader.
Hey, welcome. Welcome. Thank you, Eric. So I'm gonna take just a moment because I love Birdie. Birdie is our new addition. She has been with me for a while. She is so amazing and she's gonna bring so much value here in this space. I'm happy to have her here. So Birdie, I do a round robin. I'm gonna warn you that I'm going to do the round robin to you first. Just want to tell you that. Okay.
Okay. She said
But
first. All right.
it's going to be awesome and you're going to love it. Okay. So thank you everybody for spending 30 minutes with me every Friday. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, warm welcome, round robin, how to structure your program. We're going to talk a little bit about some do's and don'ts for presenting. And then also we're going to do some presentation hacks, and then we'll open it up for questions. This week's presentation, I'm doing it this way. Again, I've mentioned to you all that if you're interested in going into the space of contracting, government contracting, local contract, whatever, I want to make sure that you are structuring your proposal and putting your program pieces together so that it is well received by those that would be reviewing it. And there are certain things or very specific things that you really need to have. And so I'm sharing that with you. And it doesn't matter what it is that you do, no matter what your industry is, the government has to purchase things, right? They don't really offer us anything other than the fire department and the police department. And even if you think about it from a federal level, right? They purchase everything, which means that if you are an accountant, if you are a person that writes books, if you write training programs, if you are a coach, if you're a photographer, all of those things are purchased by your local, local, state, and federal government. And there's much opportunity there because the government keeps writing checks. So I want to make sure that you all are setting yourself up to be successful in that space, because it really is the place to go. If you want to be $1 million earner, getting government contracts is the way that you can do that. Okay. So I'm ready to go to the next one. So I hope that was warm. I want to warmly welcome you. Okay, I'm excited that you all are here. Also, I've been drinking a little bit of Canada Dry, so that means I have like a little extra energy on top of the regular sunshine. All right, so we're gonna do round robin, and they're random introductions. I am going to pick. Look, it's random, but I'm gonna pick y'all. So I want to make sure that I'm picking people that have not gone. So the first person I'm going to select is Birdie. And then Birdie, I'd love for you to throw it over to Kodak. And then Kodak, I would love for you to throw it to Christopher. Have you done the round robin?
I haven't done the round robin yet. Today will be a good day.
Okay, so we're gonna do Birdie, Kodak, and Christopher. So I'm excited. So if you're looking at the screen, it tells you exactly what you'll share. You'll share your name, your business, your industry, and then give me a brief description of your program, and then share with us a favorite song that you use to focus or to get some work done or even to celebrate.
Okay. How y'all doing? I'm Birdie Chesson, and I am in the personal development business. So what I do is actually teach people how to write their own books. I've written over 60 books and curriculum. I also help brand people with their businesses with books. And I also, of course, with the coaching. And the description of my program is more like also within the personal development space, help people develop. I consider myself the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. So my favorite song, period, is Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. So yeah.
Thank you, Birdie. That was
Kodak,
amazing.
your turn.
Okay. I knew Tiffany was gonna pick me. I just knew it. But okay, so my name is Anthony Hall. I go by Kodak. My business is Studio VR, HOU. It's an industry of virtual reality where we incorporate training, education, and entertainment utilizing the technology of virtual reality. Brief description of the program: we want to implement the after-school programs, allowing kids to be able to, in a very entertaining and attractive way that could yield actual real results from the programs and experiences that they have, engage kids in learning this new technology that we call VR. Favorite song? Oh my goodness, I have no idea what my favorite song would be. Anything by Damian Marley, I guess. You know, he always get me in that spirit of we gonna, you know, way past that overcome stage and living as kings and queens. But okay, we were passing it on to, who'd you say, Christopher, I think?
Yes.
Hey, can y'all see me? Because I can't see myself. All right, great. Well, I'm Christopher Allen, and the name of my company is Shoot Your Shot Education, and it is a Shoot Your Shot Education. I'm a photographer. My career history has been in photography, visual art, little video, those things. We developed Shoot Your Shot currently as an after-school program to teach kids how to take pictures using their smartphone, but just to take it to another level. I've been working on including in addition to learning those technical skills, we sprinkled it with with life skills like self-awareness, authenticity, knowing who you are. And it's supposed to be really, really fun, a really, really fun program. It's the first time we'll be doing it. But the industry that I'm servicing is the after school industry. Tech background is photography and media. And my favorite song to focus is anything 80s, 90s hip hop. I love old school, although the new kids will probably call the early 2000s old school. But I like 80s and 90s old school. OPP, yeah.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So I appreciate you all participating. That was fun. I think it's awesome for us to get to know each other, even though we are virtual. But I don't know if y'all can feel it, but the energy of this group is just amazing. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love. I love being around people who bring like that kind of top notch, want to work together, want to share, want to build in the community. That's a huge thing for me. So thank you all three of you. I thank you for sharing today. All right, we're ready to go to the next one. Wayne's World. Y'all already know, party time, excellent. Birdie shaking her head because she know that's all Tiffany, right? All right, so we are being whisked away to today's presentation. So we are ready to get started. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about how to structure a program. Many of you saw the document that I sent, and the document that I sent you to provide information to us is exactly what you need. You are welcome to use that document in any version that you like and add to it or take away. But if you are making a decision to do something like this, which is to respond to an RFP, these are the things that you need to have. It doesn't matter what you're offering. Any services that you are offering offering are considered programmatic, right? So you want to consider that. You want to make sure that you are describing what it is that you do. And you want to be clear and concise about what you do. So if you offer accounting services, or if you, and let's use accounting as an example, only because I'm looking at Jamie now. So if accounting services is what you offer, you want to make sure that you are listing out the exact services that you are offering in accounting, right? So one of the things Jamie says is they don't audit. So you want to be clear to tell what you do, but it's also good for you to say what you don't do. Or if it's something that you don't do, add someone to your program that could add value with that piece, right? So clear description of your program. Also make sure that you put the benefits. The benefits are important because you need to add benefits according to the audience. Right? So some of you all gave me your information for your benefits, but you didn't read the RFP. So you didn't tell me according to the audience, right? So the audience is the school district. Who does that include? That includes teachers, students, administration, and possibly community. It's very important that you don't just do general benefits. Like if you wrote out your programmatic stuff, don't just copy and paste that when you're doing an offer. You have to make it meet the audience. That's very important. Also, you need to talk about the impact and the outcomes. And why that's important is because so often people submitting offers, they forget that part. When you are doing a submittal for an offer, you want to give results. Like you want to talk about how you're going to move the number. You want to talk about how you're going to increase or decrease, whatever that is. Put numbers in it because you want to keep in mind some financial person is going to read this offer. Someone is making a decision on the budgeting, right? And so how you're going to move the number, how you're going to, no, I'm going to say this. If you've ever been in a management position, you know that managers need wins. They need an accolade that they can put on their evaluation at the end of the year. You are potentially someone in that department's win. Somebody gonna be smart enough to pick you. And when they do that, they're gonna look good. Give them some numbers that they can go in and start talking about how you're gonna move the needle, make change, right? What results do you anticipate will happen? So I'll use Kodak and Christopher as an example. You all are going into the school and you're teaching kids. Now, the outcome might be more integrity. Sorry about that. That's the bank calling me. I have some things I need to do, but you may teach the kids to have more integrity, more self-awareness, increase their self-esteem. Maybe now they can become leaders. Maybe you actually find out information on the back end when you follow up, and what you determine is these kids attend school more. Like maybe because of the after school program, now their attendance has increased, right? So you want to be really cognizant of the results that you are driving. And tell them, brag on that. That's one of the things you want to definitely put. The other thing is logistics, like logistically, where will your program happen? I will tell you now, if you really, really want to win an award, you should be prepared for a hybrid. You should be prepared for online, virtual. You should also be prepared for virtual reality in the metaverse if you can, and then also physical locations. I've been sharing that earlier today. I talked with Eric and I mentioned to him that one of the opportunities that I've been talking about is just you could do a hybrid where you provide pre-work. Maybe it's something that you give the kids to do before they physically come to the after school program, even if it's an activity of something you want them to think about, right? Maybe you're doing it in a project base. However you do, whatever you do in your program, anyone that participates in your program should be able to walk away from your program having seen a result for themselves. All right. And then also don't forget, you want to put the cost. What I will tell you is be liberal with your costs. Like give a range that you're comfortable with, And also include a range that maybe you're not as comfortable with, right? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There's not usually a lot of room for negotiation because they're going to look at the numbers and they're going to say, yes or no. But what I want you to do is be very careful not to lowball yourself, because when you get a government contract, there's a lot of work. And if you lowball yourself, you might end up finding yourself paying them to work. Right? So what you have to make sure you do is you incorporate all the things, not just your program price, but how much is it going to cost for you to employ people? How much is it going to cost for you to get someone to do your admin? Do you have somebody in the background that's doing your legal stuff? Is there someone doing your accounting? You need to figure all of those things in because that is the overall cost, not just the program cost. So that's very important. I'm ready to go to the next one. All right. So I wanted to give you all some do's and don'ts about presentations, whether you're doing an interview, whether you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, doesn't matter, but this is really important. So the first thing is do include some visual clues. The visual clues are for you, but they're also to attract the person so that they stay focused on the screen, so that it's something that they can see. You also want to use short phrases and bullet points. Now, keep in mind, those short phrases are for you, and we'll talk about that more in a second. And then nowadays, do choose a variety of media. I was reading some educational learning and development that said that 95% of the learners that attend, they actually say that they learn better when you give them multiple ways, right? So kinesthetic learning is really where it's at. They need an audio, they need a visual. So what does that mean? You want to do a little talking, you want to do some activities, you want to add a couple videos, like you want to do all the things so that you can reach people and keep them engaged. And then also, this is a huge don't. I repeat, don't use large blocks of text. Right? Don't put a whole paragraph on your presentation, because now somebody gonna sit there reading while you're presenting instead of paying attention to you. And the other thing is, your text on a presentation is only to recall something for you. It's supposed to point something out to you so that you can give your experience. So it's just it's a marker for you. It's something that you're going to read, and it's going to recall to you what you want to say about that. You're giving all the extra from your experience. Please don't put all that in your presentation. Okay. And if you do, put it in a workbook, right? Give it to them in a workbook style or something like that, but don't put it in your presentation. Next is going to be, don't read from your presentation. Don't do that, y'all. When you read from your presentation, people really think you don't know the information. They think you don't have any credibility. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you are doing these things and that coaching and training and professional development and even being a speaker, those might not be your areas, right? Because speakers don't read from a presentation. Speakers don't sit and read their notes. Speakers speak from the heart because they know it, because it's their credibility, it's their authority, and they own that and they speak in that. And then also, do not use an unclear structure. So when you come into a space, people should be able to follow you. You should have continuity and flow. In any of the 4 pillars that we've mentioned, coaching, training, speaking, and professional development, you have to be organized, because people need to follow you. Because if you are not organized, they're going to leave feeling disorganized, right? And they're not going to hold on to the information that you shared with them. So it's very important that you are clear on your structure. You do need to write it out in advance. And we're going to talk a little bit more on the next slide about some other things that you can do. So here's some presentation hacks. One of the things is you want to create an acronym. So if you guys have noticed, if you read the offer, you saw I had an acronym. I actually have a couple. I'm a trainer. Trainers love acronyms. It's a thing. I ain't gonna lie. But acronyms are things that people can walk away from and they can remember. So if you probably will see the TEAMS acronym from me all the time, right? And so TEAMS, it stands for Training, Curriculum Development, Speaker Identification. Then the E is for Evaluation, Approach, Mindset, and Support. People can remember an acronym. It's just a thing. And you may do a whole presentation and they may only walk away and remember the acronym. But what you want to do is make sure that that acronym gives them some meat that they can hold on to. So that's number one. Next hack is practice your presentation for timing. Y'all, if we have to pull on you to be a speaker and you're saying speaking is your thing, and if they tell you have 15 to 20 minutes, they mean 15 to 20 minutes. You can't be the person that comes in there and makes them run over schedule, because then they're going to be like, Tiffany, we don't want that person anymore, because they didn't keep their timing. You have to practice. You cannot be one of those people that is arrogant and say, I'm good at speaking, I got this, but you don't know how to shut up. Like, I'm just saying, you have to. That's very, very important. Even as a trainer, if you all notice, I try so hard to keep this to that 30 minutes because I am really valuing time. When we go over, it's like at the end, right? But I just wanted to share that with you because that's very important. All right. Hack number 2. I'm sorry. And Danielle, can you go back to the other one, just one for number 2? The other thing I want to share, if you need to practice your presentation, call on the people in this group. Just email us and say, hey, could you hop on this really quickly with me? I need to practice. I need some feedback. I want to do a pilot. That's important. We should be able to depend on each other in that way, because I think that there's a lot of people in this group that would be willing to help. But also, you may be teaching something that we need as business owners or as people, right? So invite us. Because I'll tell you, I will come. But everybody knows I'll come. I'll be there. I will cheerlead for you through the whole process. Okay. All right, so number 3, include an activity and ask questions. So that would go a little bit like this. Everybody ready? I would love to ask you, what is a presentation hack that you have learned over time that's a best practice that works for you? And if you would drop that in the chat. A presentation hack that you have learned, whether you're a speaker, a coach, a trainer, everyone on here has done some kind of presentation. Drop in the chat, except for Kim, because you're driving. Like, I want you to be safe. Kim, you don't do that, okay? But drop a hack in the chat and let me know what you believe to be a best practice for presentations. So as those come in, the other thing I would like to say is you should ask questions. So I just saw Ray's, and Ray said parking lot for questions, right? That is an awesome, awesome thing to do. And here's the another thing. When you do activities, people remember the activities. They remember when you ask them to do something. Right? So thinking about that in the way of getting people to do a call to action is very important, because it imprints it in their mind. Hey, I remember that because she asked me to do something. And that's very important, whether you're training, coaching, or doing professional development, and even speaking. It is very important that in your speech, you ask people to do something. So everybody knows, I have a BNI meeting that when I'm there, I have everybody doing, hey, it's a sound wave. But the reason I do that is I want to fix the energy. I want to shift the energy in the room. And that is important, because that is a way for you to command a room. Okay. So next hack. Start with an interesting title slide. That is so important. No matter what it is that you are doing, you want to make it interesting. I often tell people that controversial can even be good, right? I have mentioned to Birdie that I am not good at titles. So I will reach out to Birdie in a minute and I will ask her, because titles are really not my thing. I'm a technical writer since I write training, but I'm learning that as I am moving about in my career and growing my business, that the way that you get people's attention is at the beginning. And the way that you do that is by making sure that you put something interesting there. So you can start with a question. You could start with something that is, I know it's bad, but most people are drawn to the negative first. So if you do a slide and it's interesting and controversial, people will really be interested. They're gonna look at the slide, the first title slide, and they're gonna be like, what's this all about? Right? So Eric put like the daily news, right? So what's going on in your world that may have people polarized? That is really, really a good way to get started because now you have everyone's attention. Okay, so that's the last hack, I think. I got, yay! Oh no! All right, here we go. Yeah, I forgot about this one. High energy and pauses, pregnant pauses, right? I don't know how much I can impress upon you that your energy carries into the people that you engage with. Right? They learn from you in the way you deliver. So if you deliver in a way that doesn't have energy, you're low energy, you don't want to participate. Like if you're having a bad day and you bring that to your presentation, that is going to permeate everything that you do in your programming. So I encourage you, and I got this from Coach Casey, I encourage you that anytime that you are going to be participating in service on this contract, make sure that you give yourself space. Don't do anything an hour before and try not to do anything an hour later if you can. Here's why. You need to mentally prepare yourself for the people that you are about to go and pour into. That is important, right? The other thing is when you get done, you need to get some energy back for yourself. Right? Self-care, because managing energies can be difficult. Even if you're managing them one at a time, it can be difficult. So I want to make sure that you take some time for yourself. Okay. And then also pauses. Now, I realize I'm not pausing a lot in this presentation, but it's only because I got 30 minutes and I got a lot to tell you. But normally I would say, take a deep breath, give people a moment to digest what you gave them. Okay. Be okay with the silence, because sometimes because I have been told I sonic boom people, sonic boom, right? But once I give you all that, I need to give you a minute to hold on to it. Right? So just be okay with the silence. All right, next. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't even know if we have anything after this, do we? Do we have anything else, Danielle? Oh, okay. Party on. I always like to end with a quote, but I do have an announcement before I move forward. Some of you have been receiving a call from our team leads, as well as our relationship manager. So Kimberly is on the call. She's the one that's driving. Kim, you don't have to say anything. I just wanted to let everybody know. You may have gotten a call from Kim or Eric or Danielle. There are some of you that are on my list. I'm gonna tell you, I haven't called you. I've been busy this week, but I will get to you. I promise I will. But we are just calling to touch base, see where you are, see what you need. Bertie, I'm gonna add you to Danielle's list if you don't mind, so that she can touch base with you. And we're really just, getting to know each other. So please make sure that you answer for my leads or for the people that are doing the calls. If you have not heard from someone, there are several people that may not answer their phone because they don't know your number. So you may want to text first, that might work, or you may also want to email, that may work as well. So thank you so much for that. And then lastly, I wanted to mention that we have someone that is going to, Eric, is it okay if I mention it here, but then you talk about it at a later time? Okay, so Eric is going to be doing videos for everyone for them to go on the web page. So we're going to be doing professional videos that will have an introduction of you, and you will have an opportunity to talk about your business or talk about your programming so that it can be on the website. So not only will people go and see text, but they'll also see a video. And he will be doing a presentation to talk to you about the feel and about what you need and all that good stuff. He is absolutely amazing at that. He like his videos are, man, his videos are amazing. So I wanted to share that with you. So, because I want everyone to be prepared for that. And thank you, Eric, for offering that, because a lot of us need that. So that's where we are. Hold on one second. That is, I made a reservation for brunch tomorrow, and they're calling to let me know, hey, are you coming? So what we have is a quote, and it is: successful presentations are understandable, memorable, and most importantly, they are emotional. So why am I sharing that with you all? Because if you want to bring about change and transformation, people have to emote. They have to feel something, right? My goal when you leave here, I want you to feel educated, but I also want you to feel like I loved on you. I want you to have some of my energy when you leave this call today. Right. And so that is important. So if you haven't really thought about the emotional pieces to your presentation or the emotional pieces to your business, keep in mind that this isn't just for presentations, right? In your business, people buy from you because you make them feel some kind of way, right? Even if it's you make them feel good because they save some money, right? People will buy from you because you make them feel some kind of way. So that is the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, you are welcome to stay on. If you cannot, I understand. This will be, of course, on our YouTube channel for everyone to take a look at. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with me today.
Thank you. Wonderful.
I just want to say one thing. Excellent presentation. Excellent presentation. I'm stealing all that. So don't sue me. I'm doing all that. So don't sue me. I'm doing all that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, you guys, I wanted to just.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed to.
So good.
Hey, you guys, it keeps going in and out.
So good.
Am I on mute? Let's see. No, I'm not. Hey, everyone. I just wanted to second that on anyone that's wanting to work on their presentations. They can call me and I will listen and help. So just putting that out there.
And that is Kimberly Collins, you all. On our thing, her email, she is Fabulous Me Hair. But I just want you all to know, we're still working on putting the list together of everyone and all of their numbers. And we'll get that out to you all because we do have a spreadsheet. We need to clean some things up. We're still working on some administrative pieces to that, but we will get that out so that we can share that. And then we're also going to tell you what industry each person is in, because again, I mentioned to you that my goal is let's really depend on each other. Like I really want, so Jamie is amazing. She's an accountant. She's an admin on the team. But if anybody needs that, then, you know, that I'm excited because that's a Black woman that owns an accounting firm. And if you need help, she's here for that. We have an attorney. She's not on the call today, but there's a wealth of people here that you could really use to grow your business. And that's the next thing we're going to talk about. Our next subject is scaling your business. And we're going to talk about building capacity and what does that look like? Because again, this 30 minutes I'm not gonna be honest. This 30 minutes is to stay connected to you all. But more importantly, it's to teach you how to get to where I'm at if you're not here yet, and then to learn from you if you are ahead of me, right? I want to learn how to do the things that you are doing. And I think that this is a safe space for us to do that. And I've learned that. I've been in environments that were not conducive to learning or growth. And I want to create the culture that I want to thrive in. And this is an opportunity for me to do that. And I hope that I can help you all do that as well.